What's up, y'all? You ready to go road to Hana? Let's get this thing. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. One of the keys to road to Hana is you want to get some Metamucil, because if you've ever had to poop on a trail before, you want it to be as clean as possible. This makes your clean. So make sure to have some. Just trust me. Just trust me. Y'all, I found out about this waterfall that goes over this big old cliff into the ocean. We're gonna go find this thing today, man. Got my crew with me. Got Nico, Strat, Will, Jackson, Attraction.
Let's go.
And we're gonna go there. We're gonna help me carry some of this, but then decided to.
Hands are full.
They're just, hands are full.
My hands are
We got. Let's go find this thing. Let's go.
Here, honey, don't forget your flushable wipes. They're plant-based.
Metamucil is one thing, but having a nice, clean, wet wipe on the tush, even better. The topic of today's video, by the way, is thinking bigger. Think bigger. And listen, man, people stay stuck in the situation that they're in because they're not willing to think bigger. It's never the problem. What I've learned is it's never the problem that's too big, it's that our thinking is too small. So today we're going to talk about how to think bigger so that you can live better. What's interesting is people think that thinking bigger, thinking big, that's the risk. Thinking too small is the biggest risk, man. If you're thinking small, you're putting yourself at risk every single day. And when I mean at risk, I don't mean that you're gonna die, I mean that your life will die. It won't be as good as it could be because you're thinking too small. Moving to Maui is a perfect example of that, because in my mind, right, thinking small, I'm like, like, how are we gonna do that? Because I don't wanna just move here. I wanna move here and live the life I wanna live. So it's not thinking about where I'm at currently. It's not setting my goals as to what I think is possible. It's asking, how can we? Deciding what I want my life to look like, and then working backwards from there. That's thinking bigger. So many of us get stuck where we're at because we're not willing to just look farther and be like, okay, maybe this is possible. Give you an example of this, okay? Moving to Maui versus what it was gonna be was moving to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico wasn't because it's where I wanted to live, it was because it was easier. And it was also because it was cheaper. It was about saving money. It wasn't about quality of life, it was about saving money. Less taxes. Plus, I also knew people who had already moved there, so it made it easier. But thinking bigger, was it what was best for my family? No. So as we sat down and we thought, okay, what's best for my family long term? Not just this cost. What's best for my family will inevitably result in more income, and it doesn't matter what the costs are. Woo-wee! Look how pretty this it is. Come on, man, just peeking out of the trees. Get out of here. So my question is this: what's best for your family long term? Staying where you're at, or thinking bigger? What's best for your family long term? That's an actionable that you need to take from this, and it's a question that you need to ask yourself regularly, especially with these big decisions of where you live, where you work, what you do. Now, how this relates, how thinking bigger relates to real estate. So many people would think about a big apartment building and think that that is riskier than a single family property, riskier than a duplex. It's actually a duplex, a triplex, a 5-unit, a 10-unit. Those are some of the most risky deals out there. And then thinking bigger, we want to give ourselves as many chances to win. If I own a 10-unit building and I have a few people move out, I'm now not profitable, but also paying the mortgage. But I have a 100-unit building and I have a couple people move out, it's not even a blip on the radar. We want to give ourselves better, bigger chances to win. Starting my education company, okay, the Multifamily Mindset, that was thinking bigger. That was thinking outside the box. The biggest risk wasn't starting that company, my investment company or the education company or anything else. The biggest risk is staying stuck in indecision, staying stuck in regret, and regretting not thinking bigger down the road. This topic of thinking bigger has sincerely and legitimately changed my life. Now, it doesn't mean that shit's gonna be easy. I'm telling you right now that when you decide to think bigger, you're going to have challenges. That's one thing that you agree to with thinking bigger is challenges. But here's why it's changed my life. It's because it's helped me understand that the challenge in front of me, it's never that challenge or that problem or that situation is too big. It's that my thinking in that moment is too small. So what thinking bigger forces you to do is you have to remove yourself from the situation. Okay, here's your actionable. You remove yourself from the situation. You remove emotion and you make decisions not based off of your current situation, but you make decisions based on your direction, right? So not your current situation, but the direction that you're going. Before I ever acquired an apartment, before I ever did anything like that, the hope that multifamily investing gave me is what changed my life, because that hope kept me moving forward. That hope gave me this direction to put one foot in front of the other, continue to think bigger so I could live better, man. So it's a little off topic, but this is my favorite plant in Hawaii. What's it called?
None of us know. We just call it
The sleepy bush. Because here's what happens, man. A minute, a little bit of pressure comes. Oh, they cower. They go away. Uh-oh. Woo! So listen, the answers that you reap will be based on the questions that you sow. So sow better questions, man. What's the goal that you're working towards? What's stopping you from getting there? Who can help you get there? Like, sow better questions, man, because the questions, once again, that you sow will determine the answers that you reap, which will then determine the results that you get. So when you're stuck, think bigger, ask better questions to get better results. Woo! Like, how can I rappel down this? How can we get down here? Some people would be like, I can't get down there, it's too slippery. Other people put in a rope. Or just a rope. Or other people just have balance.
These are some non-slip, all-natural, organic kind.
Oh, natural.
Got them off Amazon, so check them out. You're lucky you're getting a free shot. This is typically on my OnlyFans. Swipe up.
Swipe up. Did you guys see me? Bro! That is so bitchin'. That is so sick! Come on! Frickin' Maui. Wow, bro. That is so bitchin'.
It's amazing, dude. So good. So beautiful. I'm excited to check out down yonder as well.
Yeah. So how did I make this dream a reality, and how do you make your dream a reality? It's thinking bigger, it's abundance. Have you ever wondered why the rich get richer? It's because money flows towards abundance, success flows towards abundance. For example, somebody who needs a cell very rarely gets the cell because they repel the cell. Somebody who needs wealth very rarely gets wealth or success because they repel that wealth and that success. You have to believe in possibility before anybody else will believe in you. I'd also talk about my goals 2 times a day, but I would tell people that I'm moving to Maui with conviction. To me personally, started to help me believe it. But Jackson, as I was telling him this, brought up a great point, man.
Yeah, dude, so as you're speaking from the front of the room, you're telling this how many people a day? Like 50 to 100 people 2 times a day?
Yeah, hundreds.
So hundreds of people a day you're telling this to, dude. And you're saying it with such belief and such conviction that they too start to believe that you're moving to Maui, and that belief that they have funnels through them and channels to the goal, right? And that energy that follows that is massive.
is
Makes
massive.
sense. And-
when you said the energy flowing to the goal, that's a real freaking thing. And I had never thought of it the way he said it. I felt it, but I had never thought about it the way that you had said it.
Sweet, dude.
And it's so powerful because listen, how do most people talk about it? It's like, I'm thinking about moving to Maui. Like, what's your thought? Or I'm thinking about buying apartment buildings. Like, what do you think about that? Like, okay, so where's your believability? You have to believe in possibility before anybody will ever believe in the possibility that you're trying to believe in, man. And when you speak that with conviction, not only will you believe it more, but those that you're talking to will believe it more, which will enhance your belief and bring this energy to the goal, man. Believe in possibility, critical. I told you that wealth is acquired through abundance. It flows towards wealth. So the key to this, okay, anytime that I start thinking small, feeling that type of scarcity, I give, that's abundance. And the more that I give and then see it come back, the more abundance I have here, this created space for abundance. And I've continued to do that in multiple ways. Continued to do that with my investment company. Continue to do that with taking care of investors. There was a deal where we gave all of our returns back to investors to get them to the return we told them we'd get to and took nothing. Why did we do that? Thinking bigger, abundance. What do those investors do? Their money flows back into our next deal. Just like this waterfall over here. It's a constant flow of income. That's what wealth is. That's what apartments provide, this cash flow, this constant flow of income. That's abundance. That's thinking bigger. Mahalo is our Hawaiian value, and here's why. And here's why it's one of my favorites, okay? Because when we're thinking bigger, man, there's gonna be fear, there's gonna be some frustration, there's gonna be challenges. But when we have Mahalo, which is an attitude of gratitude, fear and frustration are replaced with abundant possibility. We don't get stuck complaining about a problem or a challenge. We have abundant gratitude for our ability to solve that problem, solve that challenge, and get us to where we're going, which is the destination. Well, your destination, whatever your destination is. Mine's here today, it's bigger in my life, and I know that yours is something here today, but bigger in your life, man. And the way you get there is an attitude of gratitude, mahalo. Wrap this up, man. What does it mean to think bigger? Thinking bigger, man, means that you have this mindset of abundance. You have this mindset of abundance and that you believe in possibility. When you hit a challenge, when you hit a stumbling block, you realize that it's never the challenge or the stumbling block that's too big, it's that your thinking is too small, so your only thing that you need to do is think bigger, man. And when you do that and you believe in possibility, anything and everything is possible. Believe in possibility, think bigger, and live always with aloha, my friends. Peace.